Hello, gamers. Matt Lemke here with Lisa Steenson at...
Steenson.
Steenson. Oh, I think they spelled it wrong.
2 E's?
Yeah, but I didn't know there was an N.
Steenson.
Steenson. I read it as Steenson earlier. At Con of the Cow.
Needs glasses.
I need more than glasses. And we're going to talk about Gut Bustin Games.
Yeah.
Among other things. But we're going to start with... let's see. Company's been around since roughly 2005.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
First game was Redneck Life, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And then you made, I don't know the title.
Trailer Park Wars.
Yeah, Trailer Park
Game
Wars.
Game of lore level management.
And I'm unaware of the new one, but I saw a third box at the show.
Oh, Gnome You Don't.
Oh, well, that's the name.
That's the name of it. It's about gnomes, the forest.
Gnome You Don't, that's right.
Oh, Gnome You Don't.
And it's got a very cool cover. I was looking at the cover. There's gnomes doing all kinds of nasty gnome stuff.
PG-13 gnome stuff.
Yeah, it's all insinuating.
Okay, there's a wedgie yank going on.
That's a wedgie.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yes.
Oh, wow, I'm bad. And, well, how did you get started with Gut Bustin Games?
I am basically a goofball. And just, I was in Kentucky visiting my friend Lori, and we went to the Super Walmart, and there were bunches of cars in the back of the parking lot, like four-wheel drives, monster Corvettes. They were bass boats, and I didn't understand what was going on, but it's a dry county, so they all get together there and drink alcohol
In
the parking lot. Yeah, in the Walmart parking lot. And then so I'm like, let's go look and see what's going on. And, I'm kind of curious. And so we walked around through there kind of nonchalantly, and they had, some of these guys would have $80,000 worth of vehicles. They'd have a $700 leather NASCAR jacket, but they're missing this tooth, or they're missing that tooth. I'm like, what's going on? And so it's like the rednecks, they have so much income and money, but spend it on stuff that they don't really need. They want. I mean, you can have a $400 car, or you can have a $40,000 truck. And things like basic health and dental work doesn't really...
They don't matter.
...come into that. I just thought it was fascinating. Plus, I grew up in Sweet Home, Oregon. My stepdad was an auto body mechanic. He could balance a beer right here. He had, I thought, 5, but he corrected me. He said, no, I had 6 of them sumbitches when I asked about his DUIs. 6 DUIs. 7 or 8 vehicles. He and my mom smoked, drank, Elks Lodge Tavern.
She can drink too.
A little, but nothing compared to them. Oh my gosh.
She might give me a run for my money. And I don't drink. I don't drink a lot, but when I do, I can, for whatever reason, I'm just dumb. I can put it away.
Yeah. Whoa.
So I don't drink as a result.
Oh.
No, I have never been drunk, and I have put a lot of booze in this body. And it seems like the more I drink, the more I can handle.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so I don't drink.
Couple beers here and there.
Like I do the Savage Party here once a year, and that's about it.
Oh, see it.
I drink wine throughout the year, but like you had those little lime-ritas.
Yeah.
I could probably do 20 of those.
Whoa.
And those are 11%.
Yeah.
Those are 11% alcohol. So
they
beat a beer.
My mom and stepdad were alcoholics, and so I can recognize, if I go to an event, I'll have a couple drinks, but in my real life, it's really boring. I live 20 miles from a town. My office is in a basement. I'm on 7 acres.
Sounds familiar. Basement, office. Don't have 7 acres, 7.
So it's trees, river, and town.
That's good, though.
Yeah. It's really, yeah.
You brew your own.
I don't. So anyway, I made Redneck Life on a poster board, used Monopoly money, and then just would upgrade to whatever was working better for the next couple times we played it. And I didn't know anything about the game industry, but to take Redneck Life into something that was really fun and funny, and then decide, well, won't I print some of these? And I started very low budget. I printed 1,000 of what would be considered a poster, and then 100 at a time. I would have them laminated if they sold, as they sold. And so the laminated boards rolled up with the other components inside in a cardboard white box. And we sold those locally.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first 1,000 were rolled up.
That's starting from scratch.
And we ordered wooden cubes, and then Lori dotted them to be the 2 dice because we wanted redneck dice.
See, that's American ingenuity.
That's American ingenuity right there. It's about 8 cents a pair of dice. I called her my daughter because she was dotting dice, not because she's my daughter. No. Anyway, the print shop, the local print shop, gave us a key to their shop because they would print all the stuff, the money, the charts, the score sheet pads. Then we would go there after hours and collate and organize things and bring it home.
That tells you where she lives. I guess you're not going to get that around any city.
Not going to get that
They're
around
not
any
going to
city.
give you a key.
Because they were tired of seeing our sorry asses show up. They're like, here's a key. Come when we're closing.
Yeah.
So, and Lori is an LA girl, and she bought the family property out in Kentucky, like 62 acres, and she thought it would be a really good idea to get like every kind of animal. And then predators started eating prey. It's the country.
It's
There's
Noah's
rats.
Prairie?
Oh, it was Somerset, Kentucky, out on family property, and then she got a divorce, and then moved. Like, she stayed with me while my husband was in Afghanistan for 1.5 years, and we made this the game. It was ridiculous. We didn't have any adult supervision.
So that's actually your wedding ring. That thing's huge.
Thank you very much.
Is it really?
I bought it at the flea market today for $7. Yeah, it is.
Well, that's a good.
It's impressive.
That's a good point. They got some good stuff at the flea
Yeah,
market.
they do.
They do. So then you did I forgot the other name.
Trailer Park Wars.
I kept wanting to say Trailer Park
Wars. No, Redneck Life Trailer Park Wars, because it's a war.
You just
What?
I don't know what you just said, but you just
Trailer
gave me
Park
the
Wars.
great title for
No.
the game. Trailer Park Wars.
We're not going there.
I am. I'm making that game.
The girls in the trailer park starting to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Trailer Park Wars, because
When trailer
for God's
comes a
sake,
rocking.
yeah, there was no Trailer Park War game out there, and they really needed to be one.
I'm waiting for the skirmish game.
Yeah.
Go with Hatfields and McCoys. So what's gnome trouble like?
So Oh Gnome You Don't
Yeah, oh gnome you don't.
is a very beautiful board, a forest trail. You follow the stones, and there are businesses like the Grub and Grog Pub. There's the Gnome Depot. There's a Toadstool Cafe. And so as you're going along the trail and having turns, you could table down cards that you could sell later to business. So I might table down mushrooms, blackberries, blueberries, nuts. And then when I go into one of the businesses, I can sell them, and I get gems. And then once you get gems, then those nasty, mean, greedy little gnomes, I wanted to say a bad word, start brawling. And so each player has a set of brawl cards. And so when I meet up with you on a trail, I'm going to be like, we're going to brawl. And you're going to be like, no. And I'm going to, yes.
I'm sorry, you should have made them leprechauns.
No, they're gnomes. They live in the forest.
I know.
The Pacific Northwest. And so we'd each play a brawl card. If I played a 9 and you played a 6, you'd owe me the difference in gems. And then those are discarded. And so anyway, you want to be the richest gnome by the end. But there are traps where you might be wanting to go into a business. I play a card on you and make you pass it, or I gnome portate back to where you are, brawl you, and then get into a business that you've made me pass. So there's a lot of manipulation and strategy.
Good. Mm-hmm. I haven't played it yet. I will.
He will.
Maybe.
He will.
I will. I don't know when.
So it's fun and funny. Like in the brawling, one of the biggest brawl card is a 10, which is a wedgie yank. And so if I played that, that's like the trump brawl card, but then I have to discard it. There's a pull my finger card where if you catch up with me...
That's my move.
And you want to brawl me, I'm like, no! And you're like, yes! I'm like, no! And I pull my finger. And so I play that card, and I blow you back 2 spaces, so then we're not on the same space able to brawl.
I'm eating beans with this game.
Oh, no. Then he'll add more pull my finger cards.
Yes. Actually, no. I make my own beans.
We don't need to know about your bean power.
Well, if you boil them wrong, you're done.
Oh. No details.
It's a sugar. It's a sugar your body can't digest that causes that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That's the cooking expertise coming out. So, how involved are you in the creation, design / of your games?
Oh, that's me.
It's all you.
Yeah, I come up with harebrained idea, and I kind of put things on like a Word document while I'm working 3 games ahead, and then my brain kind of cooks on what it should be. And so...
And then someday it just all comes out.
Or it doesn't. Like, there's some ideas, and it's like, that was dumb. And so some of the ideas don't pan out. But, like, next is Cheap Shot, which is an insult-based rummy game. So we each have a hand of cards. And on my turn, if I'm able to... I draw. And then I could play down cards like, your alleged father. Second card might be often fails to show up to court. Third card, and... has unattended nasal discharge. And if you don't have a block card, that stays as points. If you do have a block card, such as your point is, or real mature, you play that. If I have a block card to block yours, I can. Otherwise, if you blocked me, you then get to select one of my cards for your hand. I pick those up. I still have to discard. And then so it goes around until somebody is able to go out, either with a block card or play an insult, not blocked, huzzah, discard. And so you're insulting and trying to build up the most points. And you can rummy onto it.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. That's different.
Yeah, thanks. And so that one is a short game. It's like 30-minute, in between games.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably a pretty short game.
Yeah. You have to be thick-skinned.
When you said rummy, I'm sitting here like, rummy.
Because you can add on to it. Because the next time my turn comes around, I can only have up to 2 ends. So if I play...
Oh, okay. So you can add on to... Yeah.
Your entire family crop dusts, next turn I could put and has no purpose on this earth. I can rummy onto that to make it longer. The longer the the more cards in the sentence, the more points you get, of course.
Yes, of course.
So that's Cheap Shot.
I like
and
it.
It just went to print 30 minutes before I had to leave for Con on the Con.
Was that your recent Kickstarter?
Yeah. Finished up.
I kind of talked with Lance about that
pre-show
because we were talking about other things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't afford Lance yet. I can't afford me, people.
Or probably as kids, you just send them out for candy for their meals for the week.
No, they eat before I do.
Oh.
I make sure that happens because otherwise it's abuse.
Yeah.
And then I'll be wearing.
Well, then you would get meals in jail.
Yeah, but they wouldn't because I do the cooking.
Oh.
I'm a stay-at-home dad.
Oh.
I mean, I'm unemployed, so I ended up being a stay-at-home dad because she works third shift and I'm a cook by trade.
Okay.
I mean, my degree's in theology, but I quickly got sick of church politics.
Yeah.
Quickly. Like, within 2 years, I looked for a youth ministry job, and they're like, well, you're not qualified enough, you don't have experience. I'm like, whatever. Then I got into some positions, and they're like, well, your wife works, she needs to quit. I'm like, you pay me $1,200 a year.
Oh, $12,000 a year.
No, $1,200.
$12,000 a year.
$1,200.
That's only $100 a month.
I know. But anyway, now that we have fully tangented and taken everything from Lisa, let's go back to Lisa.
What? Enough talking about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? No.
I don't know what to think about you. I mean,
that was rhetorical.
You are a goof.
Yeah.
And you let it come out. And that's good. There's a certain amount of security in it.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't have.
Yeah, it's funny. Like in my area where I live 10 miles from a town called Yakult, and I really don't know people there. 30 or 20 miles from Battleground.
That's a gamer thing.
Well, plus I live, that far from the town, and there's nothing really at the town except a post office I use. So,
yeah. So
the people I know are from the gaming community
in a bigger town,
40 miles away, and so it's.
Well, that's like this blog. Everybody who was involved in it locally, they kind of don't really do much. And now I've got people coming from all over the state once a month to visit me at my house, and we're doing like RPG theater. We're gonna start filming video shows. It's just like, so it's like, I was ready to quit after Origins. And then all of a sudden, people are like, I want to do stuff. So I'm like, but I'm going to write. So now I'm trying to juggle both. And the blog's a real distraction. But it's a good balance, sort of, in a weird way.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, you just have to kind of find your group where you can. And if you don't live in a populated area, it can be pretty spread out.
It's an interesting networking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it really is. Because I've got one guy in California who writes about 40K, and he just puts stuff up every now and then. I never thought I was going to do that.
The internet brings us closer, yet separates us.
Yeah, it is. I was never... Actually, I never anticipated to do half of what I did. I was never going to do interviews. I was never going to do videos. That was all because I had friends locally say, you should do this. So I did it.
Here you are.
And, well, a year ago we had no videos, and now we have 150.
Well,
actually, after this show, we're going to be pushing 160.
Dang.
And then after that, I'm going to TriCon next week.
Oh.
That's smaller than this by far, I think. I've never been there, so I don't know. But, so, you got one game coming out. What's your next game?
Flea Marketeers.
That's why you went researching today.
I did. Flea Marketeers.
That could be a fun game.
Yeah. And it's been in playtest for quite a while, but I put it away for about a year and a half. There's just one thing missing, and then it's that Flea Marketeers, each player needs their own little board. And once that fell into place, now you have 6 spaces for your flea market tables, 2 spaces for concessions. That's all you get. If you get too much, you have to sell it at a discounted price. So all these amazing photographs of things you would find at a flea market, like an entire table.
Like taxidermy.
Taxidermy. I just got that photo today. I was like, this is so worth the whole trip. And like the table of all the colorful bras is Bronanza. And you've got long gone cattle, which is all these long-horned cattle skulls. And so you draw a flea table, like you might get socks for all.
Don't forget jackalope herders.
I don't have those yet. But the taxidermy table was the thing of beauty.
That's good.
So you place that on one of your 6 spots, and then you can play 1 or 2 of the cards in your hand that, you can either, jack up your opponent or do something like sell a table for flea book value. And flea books are different for every player, so my Bronanza might be worth only $20 in my flea book, but $100 in yours. So you're going to try to swindle me out of that? Because there's also a business phase where you say your market's open for business. People can make cash offers. I don't have to take it, but if I can make money off of it, I will sell my items. Otherwise, my market is closed. And then the next guy gets to go draw cards, play 1 or 2 cards, open their market for business, close. And so you want to be the richest flea marketeer at the end, of course. But a lot of eye candy.
I think that could be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get
the whole 4 boards is kind of intriguing.
There are 6 separate boards, so up to 6 players. That way it limits.
I meant each player has a different board. That's
because when it was free flowing, it was just like 2. It was hard to see what the other players had. This guy's matched. Where does yours end? Where does yours begin? And so it just organizes them. And then if you put all 6 together, it would be like 3 foot by 18 inches, and it would look like one entire old, rundown, ratty-ass drive-in movie theater. So your board might have the restrooms, his might have the concession stands pictured. These 2 have the screen, they have the rusty old playground. So you spread those boards out, and you're ready to go.
Wow. Mm-hmm. You ever think about making an ice cream game?
What's funny about ice cream? We just love it. Has to be gut busting.
Hence the meaning behind the name.
Mm-hmm. Has to be funny.
See, I'm not funny, so I couldn't work on it.
But you're kind of funny.
My humor is very weird, though. I'm a Three Stooges kind of guy. I go to comedy. I don't laugh.
Oh.
I see somebody walk into a wall. I'm on the floor.
Me too.
I am on the floor. But it's like, that was... I don't understand how people laugh at some things. I'm like, what was funny about... Oh, I had a guy. I'm not joking. When I used to have a retail store for a game shop. But it was in Canton. Hoover closed, and that put a real big dent in our business.
That sucks. When Hoover closes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
back to a clear joke.
Yep. Timken laid off a whole bunch of employees, and that really... Is
that the ball bearing place?
Yeah.
I saw that today.
Yeah. That's a piece of history.
Okay.
No, they made the ball bearings for the tanks in World War II. That's how long they've been around. And they were actually made... A good bit of them were made in space.
I don't know how much of what you say to believe.
No. You know why they make them in space?
Gravity.
Yeah. That's actually true.
I'll have to research that. Get back to you.
No, they do that because that's the only way. In a gravity-free environment is the only way they can make them perfectly spherical.
Weird.
Yeah, I thought it was nuts too. I mean, what about anti-gravity chambers down here? They have them, right?
What about Tootsie Pops?
What about them?
Do they have to make those up in space?
Those aren't perfect ball bearings.
Perfectly round?
No, they're not. They got that rib.
Oh, good point. Well stressed.
I know my candy. I did that too. I worked at Hartfield. You were out there. I used to work at the Hartfield Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I saw that too.
I forgot to tell you to go there. They've got some good chocolate.
We were in a hurry because we left, as you saw, like behind the power curve, getting there, and they close at like 2.
Well, that's right. They do. Well,
yeah.
They close at 2 because they start early.
And they had a classic car show, and with Redneck Live, there are vehicles in Redneck Live, so of course I had to peruse and see.
Yeah, I didn't know about the car show.
We were busy.
They had that was
busy.
A big day out there.
That is a good day.
But
man,
I had a guy who he worked for some automobile place, and he used to come in and he would tell me jokes, and he's just like, I think I'm gonna have to change my jokes for my act. And he would talk to our customers, and he said, "No, that's Matt. He doesn't laugh." He came in and he told me like Amish jokes. Like, yeah, some Amish guy was throwing tomatoes at the car. I don't remember the joke. And I'm like, yeah, I believe that. He's just like...
Whereas last night, you would have fallen on the floor laughing because we made for the party, what's the name of the party last night?
The Ale House.
Ale House.
Ancon Ale House.
We brought the Velveeta fountain and had to heat up cheese in the microwave several times to get hot enough to flow through.
That is actually funny.
Oh my gosh. And so at one point, Brian heats up cheese, puts it back, heats up cheese, puts it back, heats up cheese, and there goes this blop. And cheese, oh my gosh, went up onto the ceiling, onto the walls, onto gamers, and there's just like this big gloppy cheese shower. Luckily, I was way over.
I wish I was there with my camera.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. It's glopping off the ceiling.
I told you to use chocolate.
No, chocolate's not funny. Cheese in a fountain is funny.
I know, that's why you're doing it too. But
yeah. Chocolate would have been like, oh, is this left over from a wedding? No, this is a game convention, and it's Gut Bustin Games, so we make a Velveeta fountain.
It's a special chocolate, too.
Yeah, and this is a special cheese.
Well, I don't call Velveeta cheese.
Actually, we cheated because the Velveeta, when I've done this before, I have a stove, and you can heat it slowly and add in a really nice wine, like a Ripple, and thin it out.
Yeah, that's nice.
So we had to use Ragu cheese sauce. We had to cheat. I know.
You might be lucky. Because, like in the chocolate fountains, if you use the wrong chocolate...
It globs it up.
It hardens.
Yeah.
And it's all because the fountain's not really hot enough.
Yeah. I've run pretty much every time we do the Velveeta fountain, I learn a lot. But some of the times we get it hot enough, and the Velveeta, when you turn it off, it stops and it makes these shiny sheets of cheese.
Yeah, those are cool.
Beautiful. But, I mean, it's like cold ending up that way. But there was no way.
The same thing happens with chocolate, but chocolate's stiffer than cheese. So it's really cool.
But the funniest part about it was seeing the cheese fall from the ceiling onto gamers.
There's probably cheese stalagmites up there.
And we cleaned it up pretty good.
Stalactites.
We cleaned, yeah. Tight mite.
No.
Tight mite.
G, ground, C, ceiling.
Huh.
That's the trick.
Wait, say the whole thing.
Stalactite.
Okay, stalag.
Ceiling. C for ceiling. G, stalagmite.
Oh. I just kind of slur those words so I can't.
Most people do.
Yeah.
I think they just do it. Synonym. Well, what's after that then?
After Flea Marketeers, I'm considering doing one game that...
Every day for a year.
No. It takes me a long time to do a game. One game in 3 different styles because some people will never, ever buy a redneck game. They just won't.
Oh, so you want to do a sci-fi genre, a mystery genre, and a redneck genre?
Horrible house pets. And so you want the stuffed teddy bear that's a
Chihuahua
0.
better be one of them.
You want the goldfish. It's easy. You don't want the chimpanzee where behind it you see the poop on the wall and it's hanging off your chandelier. You don't want the Rottweiler that just tore up your couch and
that could be a card game.
Yeah, and so pets, people like pets, and then redneck rap sheet where you are okay with getting a parking ticket or maybe a speeding ticket, but you don't want Grand Theft Auto and you don't want larceny, like different levels of the things that would go on your rap sheet. The smaller the points, the better. And so if there's horrible house pets, redneck rap sheet, and then maybe something for gamers, like are they just different?
No, just the nerd culture in general.
Dragons or
just do a nerd pop culture.
Nerd pop culture.
Because that'll be you'll appeal to gamers because gamers are.
But I have to think about what they would want and what they absolutely would not want because you don't want.
Well, you met Super Dave here.
Yeah.
Just
Just
stay in touch with him. He is one of the most geek guys I have ever met.
Really?
Oh my gosh, he's so smart.
He's got the blue eyes.
He's the tall guy.
He's sitting down, right?
He's one of the MSTV staff. He's a tall guy. He's been behind the booth most of the time. Just ask for Super Dave.
Okay.
And they'll point you in the direction. Well, to give you an idea of how geek he is, last year at AnCon, every year he makes an interactive game that you play with your badge.
Oh.
And it's an interactive game that everybody at the con can play, and they charge like $1. And it's something that's got to be simple. Like last year, he came up with traits for some of them were unique characters. But what he did is he came up with racial traits for 175 alien science fiction geek races.
Does he have a day job?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Health removed him from it.
Oh. So he has a lot of time for that.
Yeah, he has a lot of time for that. I mean, and he would probably be willing to do some freelance game design. Because he's got nothing to do. And, I mean, when I say I consider myself geek in the sense, especially with science fiction when it comes to
and does he make you feel cool?
He makes me feel dumb.
Oh.
And I mean, I know a lot of stuff about a lot of science fiction stuff. And he does. He really does make me feel dumb. And that's a tough thing to do. I'm like, what is this race? What is this race? I look at the list, and I don't think I knew 30% of the list. And he said it only took him like 3 weeks to make the game. I mean, it's a fairly simple game, which is the whole point of it.
Yeah.
It's something that you can walk up to say, oh, you're playing the game, let's throw our dice off and have our duel. Takes 2.5 minutes to play the game. But, I mean...
That's cool.
He would be a good one to talk to about that. I mean, there's
Super Dave.
Yeah, and there are a ton of twists you can put into a game like that. Because you can make it just focus on references to pop culture like Doctor Who or not just Doctor Who because that's a problem. Mm-hmm. A licensing type of thing. But I mean, you can add wormholes. You can add. Oh my gosh, the references that he has are just amazing. But yeah, I think if you went that route, because it's just so many geeks should be like, I'm going to play this just because nobody else understands it.
Right.
And then the gamers will play it because, a lot of the stuff, whether they realize it or not,
whereas for
makes them geek.
Non-gamers, if a horrible house pets, oh God, we had a lizard that was $300.
It's something they can relate to.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it's like you've got your nerd geek culture and you've got your gaming geek culture. Gaming geek is kind of like a subculture to the nerd culture. So if you appeal to it, or you can even put references into the guild there. Have you ever seen the guild?
Parts.
It's on Netflix now. I don't know if you get Netflix. The first 5 seasons are.
Oh, okay.
That was the only reason why I actually watched it. For whatever reason, I can't watch TV on my computer.
I don't have any channels, and I don't stream things, but I have Netflix.
Well, you can stream on your computer.
Yeah, not where I live.
Oh. Okay. Oh, so you can't even stream on your DVD?
Well, I can play a DVD, but I can't stream.
No, we can stream.
Okay.
Because our DVD will let us, because we have wireless, and it's set up for Netflix.
Nice.
It is kind of nice. But you might be better off.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what else is new? Or what else do you want to share? Can they follow you on Facebook?
They can. Gut Bustin Games. It's that easy.
And it's gutbustinggames.com, right?
Yeah. Gutbustinggames.com. And yeah, having fun with it. And it's basically just...
So when are you going to do Trailer Park Zombies?
Oh, Trailer Park Wars, I'm doing an expansion. So that is Terror at the Trailer Park. And so...
Are we going to see Jason?
I can't do licensed things.
But you can do a guy in a hockey mask.
I could. But yeah, there'll be scary things, some B-movie kind of stuff. There'll be killer bees.
And that's the type of nerd I'm talking about, references to stuff like that. I mean,
Sasquatch, because I live in Washington State. I've got the haunted trailer that, if you get stuck with it, nobody can move into it.
There's going to be a big tornado in it?
There's already a tornado. I've got the hideous 50-foot child. If I play him in your park, it's going to take up 2 trailers and be a negative point, like a negative flamingo. There's some things in there that, it's been kind of fun to work with. Terror at the trailer park.
Toxic fish?
There's but there's a bunny crab spider. So the head of a bunny, crab pinchers, and then it gets around like a spider. So that can crawl around your trailer park and do bad things. There's either a zombie weir sheep. What was it between? Zombie weir sheep. Oh, I can't remember because there was 2 things I have to eliminate. One because they're too similar, but there'll be a redneck zombie. There has to be. So anyway, that's kind of fun to work with.
Oh, I bet.
And of course some tenants like Eileen a bit. She's got one leg shorter than the other. There's the couple that looks a lot alike, and their names are Dayton and Marion Cousins. So there's the characters, the tenants in there, and then amenities. Like there's a bacon vending machine, of course. And so anyway, there'll be 60 new cards, 24 more trailers, pink flamingos in it, plus some black flamingos. So if you end up with -4 points, you're taking black flamingos if you're out of flamingos. You can go below 0. That's rough.
Wow. Is there going to be a graveyard?
There could be. That could be an amenity that goes between, like, I can play it between you and your neighbor, and it could be a negative.
Like nobody wants to live there then.
Right. The cemetery. Or do they want to live there? Maybe that's where you could put your tenants that don't live anymore.
And that could be for the scary landlord.
And then maybe there could be an exhume card.
Yeah, it's just buried out back.
Exhume and then bring them back to your park as zombies.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. There's some recursion in the game.
Yeah.
You could add the card then. I'll bury you out back.
Save some money on that plot.
No soliciting. Bury you out back.
Yeah, so that's about it. Trailer Park War expansion, Cheap Shot, Flea Marketeers, and then the card-based game.
And what is your next convention?
Not till Game Storm in Portland, Oregon area. That's my local one.
And that is?
In March.
March. And then you'll be back out to Oregon.
Yeah, Origins Gen Con. I don't do that many conventions. So just the...
They add up.
They do. They're a lot of fun, but it is a lot to, travel, hotel.
I know.
Yeah.
I do too many cons.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm a con warrior.
Oh.
I'm not like Ross Thompson does 25
gosh.
a year. I don't know how he does it. He's 22.
And like the retailers that set up, they'll have Gut Bustin Games in stock, so I don't need to go there and do a booth to sell games. At a small con, it'd be kind of tough.
Yeah, very.
And then I have people that go to conventions and then they schedule my games. Like I'll send them the supplies and the games and stuff, and then they'll run events around that.
Yes.
So that works.
And pink flamingos.
Yeah, lots of pink flamingos.
You can find them everywhere. So you should get pink flamingos to put on the floor at Origins.
Oh, no. Too expensive.
I don't know.
You charge $1 million for that.
Oh, that's right. You got to be a sponsor to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking just having a maid and putting them out. Yeah, I forgot.
Funny.
I forgot that they do. Yeah, in order to do cool stuff, you got to be a sponsor.
You got to pay to be cool.
It kind of defeats the purpose, I think. But
so
it works anyway.
Yeah, some of it works. So yeah, just got a bunch of that stuff going on,
and Well, you're not going to be here to see it unless you show up before you see this video. But she's going to the Savage Worlds party tonight at 9 o'clock.
And running the leg wrestling for furniture contest?
Yep. What? Leg wrestling for furniture?
Yes.
That will be a good... Where is that?
We're going to have to make up a space, but we bought the furniture at the flea market, a poster board for a bracket, and we're the experts in that. Who's that pretty lady?
That's Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. I'm Lisa, too.
This is Lisa.
Hi. Did you get
Oh, well, we're done.
We're done.
But anyway, gamers, Matt Lemke with Lisa Steenson from Con on the Cobb in
Con on the
Hudson,
Cobb.
Ohio. And it's 2012. I never actually remembered to say that.
Oh, the date?